thank you everyone for joining us for today's session. We're going to be talking about what's new in Business Central for the fall 2025 wave release. I'm Katie Erickson. I'm the marketing director here at Boyer & Associates. And I have just a couple real quick housekeeping tips for you before we move on to our presentation with Lori. So first thing, I did want to let you know that we are recording today's session, and you will get a copy of that usually by tomorrow morning, if not even this afternoon still. So you don't have to take a whole bunch of screenshots. You're gonna, get this whole presentation in front of you as well. If you do want a copy specifically of the PowerPoint, however, please email me and let me know that so I can get that to you also. The second thing I wanted to let you know is that if you have any questions, you are very welcome to go ahead and put those in the chat or in the Q&A throughout the session. Just so you're aware, however, we're going to be following up with you afterwards, simply because this is all about the new features. It's still new to us. There's still things in preview, things that we might have to research. So if we have questions throughout the session, then we'll answer them for you and get back to you afterwards. Little bit about Boyer. Most of you are our clients, so you're probably aware of this information as already, but I always love to point out that we did get Microsoft US Partner of the Year Award. That's always big news for us. And we have been in the business for over 30 years. Boyer has been doing different ERPs since 1994. We've been doing Business Central since it came out, 5, 6 years ago? Maybe it's been longer. I've kind of lost track. And we are still a top partner taking clients to the cloud, specifically with Business Central. So we have with us today Lori Millington. She is one of our client care support consultants. And I'm betting a lot of you have already talked to Lori before because, like I said, she is one of our support consultants. But she has been with Boyer for about 6.5 years now, and in the Microsoft space for closer to 30 years. Lori really knows her stuff, and she's done a lot of work into getting a presentation put together for you to kind of walk you through not just a quick summary of, hey, here's a bunch of things that are available in Business Central, but also here's some of those top ones that we think are really going to be beneficial for you and how you can use them or when they're coming out. So without any further ado, Lori, I'm going to go ahead and hand it on over to you.
Thanks, Katie. Good afternoon, everyone. Today's agenda will review the Microsoft release cycle. Then I'll unveil some of the most exciting features that are set to transform the way you work. And after that, I'll be demoing several new and powerful enhancements so you can see the innovation in action. And before we wrap up, I will show you exactly where to find all the documentation you need to explore these new features. So let's get started. Microsoft launches not just one, but two major release waves every year, one in the spring and another in the fall. The spring, we saw the debut of version 26 that was packed with innovation. Now the fall release is about to roll out version 27 that has even more great features. This fall release is all about taking things to the next level. Microsoft is putting the spotlight on the user experience, automation, and AI, making everyday tasks smarter and more intuitive. Reporting and analytics are getting a major boost, so you'll have clear insights at your fingertips. Administration is more streamlined than ever, and supply chain and manufacturing have major enhancements that will improve your processes. Today, I'll be highlighting several features that have not been released. Therefore, I'm unable to demonstrate their functionality at this time. For your reference, below is a list of Microsoft's YouTube videos that showcase the latest updates. To explore these resources, please open a web browser and visit aka.ms/BCLE. Okay, first, let's discuss the 4 new features of the sales order agent. These features are set to transform your sales order processes by making it smarter, faster, and more customer eccentric than ever. Imagine never missing a sales request again. This enhancement Business Central automatically scans your incoming email attachments for order requests and brings them straight into your workflow. No more manual entry or searching through inboxes, just instant accurate order capture. Business Central now intelligently recognizes and applies different shipping addresses for each order. Whether your customer needs items shipped to multiple locations or has special delivery instruction, the system handles it seamlessly. This reduces errors and ensures every order gets to where it needs to go on time, every time. Take the guesswork out of fulfillment. The agent can now calculate capable to promise for requested items, letting you instantly know what you can deliver and when. This boosts your credibility and helps you set clear expectations with customer. The last feature is to supply the agent with supplementary information. This will empower your team to add extra details and context to every order. Whether it's special instructions, notes, or custom requests, your agent can ensure nothing gets missed. With these new powerful features, Business Central is making sales order management smarter, faster, and more customer-focused than ever. In January, Microsoft will release the new payable agent that will make handling bills easier and faster. Here are the new features that help you save time and keep your business running smoothly. The payable agent will automatically scan your Microsoft 365 mailbox for incoming PDF invoices. No more manual searching or downloading, just seamless, secure import directly into Business Central. This means invoices are captured instantly, reducing processing time and eliminating lost documents. Using advanced AI, the agent will read each invoice and extract the key details such as vendor name, invoice number, amounts, dates, and line items. This eliminates manual data entry, minimizes errors, and ensures your records are always accurate. When an invoice arrives from a new supplier, the agent can automatically create a vendor profile in your system. This keeps your vendor list current and saves you the hassle of manual setup, so you'll never miss a payment or have a delay in processing. The agent analyzes past invoices and payment patterns to identify trends, flag anomalies, and suggest best practices. This helps you spot duplicate invoices, unusual charges, or potential fraud, empowering you to make informed decisions and safeguard your business. Some expenses need to be recognized over time and not all at once. The agent will detect these scenarios and suggest appropriate deferral schedules, ensuring your financial reporting is compliant and reflects true business activity. Every business is unique. The payable agent adapts to your local requirements and custom fields, capturing all the details you need for compliance, reporting, and analysis, whether it's tax codes, project numbers, or custom descriptions. Transparency is the key. The agent explains its decisions and actions, showing you why it matched an invoice, created a vendor, or flagged a pattern. This builds trust and gives you confidence in your automated processes, and it allows you to validate the information before posted. You stay in control before finalizing any invoice. The agent will prompt you to review the email, extract the data, approve, edit, or reject your choice every time. With these enhancements, Business Central's payable agent isn't just keeping up, it's setting the pace for smarter, safer, and more efficient accounts payable. Coming this December, Microsoft is rolling out two powerful new features: enhanced subcontracting capabilities for your production processes, and a brand new extension to help you evaluate the quality of incoming goods and materials. Let's start with subcontracting. These updates are all about making your operations smoother and more transparent. This feature is going to let you easily track and coordinate the movements of raw materials and components from your warehouse to your subcontractors. Every item is accounted for, and it includes item tracking, which means always know exactly where your inventory stands in the supply chain. Pricing for subcontract work is more dynamic than ever. You can set rates based on work center, item, production dates, and quantity, giving you precise control over costs and helping you negotiate better deals. Then when production wraps up, you'll receive finished goods with full item tracking and warehouse handling. This keeps your inventory records accurate and ensures traceability at every step. Lastly, when moving the finished product from your subcontractors back to your warehouse, it is now seamless. The system manages these transfers efficiently so your inventory stays organized and up to date. All these improvements mean you'll have clear visibility into every stage of subcontracted production. With better tracking, flexible pricing, and streamlined logistics, you can make smarter decisions, optimize your operations, and build stronger partnerships with your subcontractors. Another powerful new feature in Business Central is the Quality Management Extension. This extension is designed to help businesses meet regulatory standards and deliver consistent product quality. It will enable quality checks at key stages, like receiving goods during production and after assembly. You configure these checks to run manually or on a schedule or automatically based on events like posting a receipt. The system also allows for detailed assessments of product attributes like weight and dimension and density to ensure products conform to specifications. Reporting is robust with tools like quality certificates and analysis reports to ensure transparency and compliance. These features will be available in December after you upgrade to the latest version of Business Central. Then you can install the extension from the app source. Overall, this extension empowers teams to maintain high standards and build customer trust through reliability quality control. Over the last few wave releases, Business Central has made significant strides in streamlining 1099 reporting. Earlier updates introduced new features such as automated calculation and archiving of 1099 forms within Business Central, status tracking for the 1099 forms such as open, released, printed, sent, reported, approved, and or rejected. The ability to print 1099s on blank paper, eliminating the alignment issues. Enhanced email delivery options, allowing the forms to be sent directly to the vendors. In this release, Microsoft is delivering functionality that will enable electronic submission of the 1099 forms via an API to the Iris platform. This seamless integration is all about saving you time, no more manual data entry, no more piles of paperwork, no more chasing down forms. Everything is streamlined, which means less administrative overhead and more time for you to finish the rest of year end. But that's not all. There's built-in validation that checks every form before submission, ensuring it meets the IRS standards. This dramatically reduces the risk of errors or rejections, so you can be confident your filings are accurate and compliant. Another huge benefit is that every submission is logged and traceable. You get end-to-end tracking, which supports better record keeping, makes audit readiness a breeze. If you ever need to correct a submission, you'll be able to quickly make those changes and resubmit the form to the IRS. This feature is only available for Business Central in the cloud. On-premise Business Central must continue filing their 1099s via the FIRE. Also, please note, to use Iris, you will need to register with the IRS to get login credentials. So let's talk about the latest Power BI enhancements that are designed to empower your data and drive smarter decisions. First, we have the new drill back capability. This feature lets users seamlessly navigate from summarized Power BI data directly to detailed transactions in Business Central. It's a game changer for anyone who needs deeper analysis. No more jumping between systems or losing context. You can start with a high-level report and instantly drill into the specifics. Next, let's talk about the dynamic dimension names. With this new capability, you can now connect your own custom dimension names and values directly to your Power BI. This means your analytics will reflect the exact terminology and structure your business uses, making reports not only clearer, but also far more relevant and actionable for your team. And finally, with this release, you now have the access to all the code for the standard Power BI apps. This allows you to custom the reports to match your unique processes, KPIs, and reporting needs. Instead of starting from scratch, you can build on high-quality, ready-made models and visualizations, saving significant development time and effort. If you're interested in more about BC's analytics, go ahead and open a web browser and type in aka.ms/BC Analytics. With this release, you'll gain powerful insights into your receivables and cash flow risk. The new late payment receivable report, you'll be able to quickly identify and compare late payment amounts and payment delays for all your customers. This makes it easier than ever to spot trends and proactively manage your cash flow. Also, the enhanced aged receivable report, you can now view a rolling 12-month average amounts due from customers, helping you track over time. These updates are designed to give you deeper visibility into your financial health so you can act faster and smarter. For more details, check out the finance analytic resources at aka.ms/BC Finance Analytics. Microsoft is introducing 2 new Power BI pages for sales. The first one is Sales Organized by Project. With this page, you can visualize your project sales performance. Instantly see sales broken down by project status, type, and customer. The dashboard gives you a clear snapshot of open versus completed projects, so you can track progress at a glance. Next, analyze your sales trends. Easily compare sales amounts across different project types and customers. This helps you quickly identify your top performing projects and spot new opportunities for growth. Then dive deep into detailed project insights to go beyond the surface by exploring sales details, including quantity and descriptions, for a comprehensive view of your entire project pipeline. And finally, turn these insights into action. Use the intelligence from your analytics to make informed decisions, prioritize your high-value projects, and strengthen your overall sales strategy. The other new page is the sales forecast that is designed to make your forecasting more accurate, insightful, and actionable. One of the most impactful changes is real-time data integration. A seller's input data forecasts are updated instantly. This eliminates guesswork and ensures that managers always have the most current view of the performance against targets. You'll also be able to drill down into forecasts by account, product, or territory. This allows you to pinpoint exactly where your pipeline is strong or where it needs attention. The sales forecast is also using AI-powered predictive insights to predict future sales based on historical performance. You can use the page to forecast by salesperson, item category, or by customer. To learn all about the sales analytics, go to ak.ms/BC Sales Analytics. Microsoft is making it easier than ever to keep your financial reports accurate, dynamic, and user-friendly. Here's what you can look forward to. Reduce manual entry. Now the system will automatically fill in the number and description fields for your row definitions. All you need to do is to add the account, and your row number and description will automatically populate. Stay in the loop with real-time notifications. If a name is modified in your general ledger account, you'll receive a prompt at the top of the page to update your financial report definitions. This will help you keep everything consistent and up to date. Enjoy the inflexibility of Excel. You can now modify your row definitions using Edit in Excel, making it easier to collaborate and fine-tune your reports using the tools you already know. Now you also have the flexibility to set your financial report column headers to display the month, week, quarter, or year. As a result, your column headings will automatically refresh to show the most up-to-date information, so your reports always present accurate information. You can now apply column definitions in both your local currency and additional reporting currency. This is a big win for organizations working across borders or managing multiple currencies. With Business Central's latest updates, you'll spend less time managing reports and more time making informed decisions. Now let's go ahead and demo some new features. There's a new feature in Business Central that will generate multiple fixed assets from either a purchase order or a purchase invoice. Today I'm going to demo it from a purchase invoice, and let me show you how that works. The first thing we would need to do is you need to come into your fixed assets, and I've already added it. I thought I had deleted this, but what you want to do is you want to add a new asset with the information of the assets you're importing. And typically I see this process with laptops where you might buy 5 or 6, or sometimes big company, I've seen them buy 20 laptops in one invoice. So what you would do in here is you would add the laptop description, you'd put the class code, subclass code, and then down here you would define its depreciation, as I've already done. And so then you would just set up the basics here, and we're not going to put in the book value at this time, and you'll see when I actually create the purchase invoice how nice that fills in for you. So then now we're going to go over and I am going to create a purchase invoice, and we're going to buy these from Fabricam today. And then for the vendor number, we're going to put in laptop purchase. And then down here is where all the fun stuff happens. Instead of using an item or a GL account code, let's make this bigger too. You would drop this arrow down and you're going to choose fixed asset. And then that sample asset we put in, that's the asset we're going to choose. And then over here, we're going to put in a quantity. And let's say we're going to get 10 new assets. So I'm going to put 10 as the quantity, but then here's where we're going to tell it how many fixed asset cards do we want to make. And we're going to make 10 again. And we're going to say each one is going to cost me $550. And just for demo purposes, I know that's taxable. We're going to say non-taxable. And there you go. We have our invoice. So now I'm going to first preview post it because I want to show you how slick this is. And here's your preview posting. We have our GL entries. We have the vendor. And down here you see we have the fixed asset ledger entries. And if I click on the 10, you can see it generates 10 assets and it's populating our acquisition costs. And it has the posting date, number of depreciation, all that is already pre-populated for you. So let's go ahead and post this. And I don't want to open that, but I do want to go back to the fixed assets. So you can see we now have 10 laptops with an acquisition cost, and it's all ready for you to start depreciating your next month. So the next thing, did you know that there is a Copilot and Agents capability page? On this page, you have links to some of the information you may need to know about how Copilot and the agents work. You have one about data security and privacy. How do you govern my Copilot data? And then over here, what's processed by the Azure Open AI services? So when you click on these links, it will take you to Microsoft pages that explain all this information in Business Central. Also with this feature, you can enable in Bing. What is Bing? Bing Search is an online service that is operated by Microsoft that allows apps to search the web and return web results. Does it cost? Currently, Copilot features that search the web are included in your Business Central license at no extra cost. What features use Bing? It's the Copilot chat and autofill features that will do that. And I'll be demoing those in a little bit, so you'll actually get to see how that works. Is Bing safe? Yes, Microsoft is committed to ensuring that Copilot is built for enterprise use with security, privacy, compliance, and responsible AI controls you expect. Now, I want to talk about what happens when we enable Bing. Minimal data is sent to Bing Search. This data includes a few search terms that are extracted from user prompts or generated by Copilot, depending on the task that requires searching the web. Web search queries might include business data, personal data, and data that the organization might consider sensitive as part of the search terms. Mass data such as passwords is always excluded from search terms. Some results from Bing Search undergo various checks for safety, including malicious site detection and content filtering. Web search queries aren't shared with advertisers and aren't used to train our foundation large language models. Copilot doesn't search the web unconditionally. Searching the web is done selectively whenever the Copilot has no alternative to compute accurate results based on the data within Business Central or from the Azure Open AI Service Foundation models. Copilot can make outgoing connections to search the web, but it doesn't open Copilot up for access from any other websites, apps, or services on the internet. All calls are outgoing only. Copilot remains entirely operated by end users in Business Central with security, privacy, and compliance controls for your organization. Now, below the Bing search, we have some production ready and generally available capabilities. And you can see the list here. Production ready refers to a feature that's still in preview phase, but it's stable and supported enough to be used in live production environments. Now, if you're not sure what each capability is, you can come over here and click Learn More. And then also in this release, Microsoft is letting us know what is going to be built and what is not built. So that will help you make a decision. You know, if you're interested in these tools, you might be billed. And if you need more information about the billing, feel free to contact Boyer. I've heard that there's a list on the cost for the agents. Now, if you don't want to see or use these capabilities, you can always highlight them and then click the deactivation button, and that will deactivate that feature in the system for everyone. So I suggest, you know, while these are in preview mode, that you go out and you go and try them, see, do they work for your business processes? Are they something you really want to do? So let's, now I'm going to demo some of these, and today I'm going to demo the autofill, the summaries, and the analyzed list. So let's go ahead and get started with that. The first one, I am going to come in and create a new vendor. And I don't see that we have Boyer and Associates in here, so I am going to demo Boyer and Associates. First, I got to spell it right. And we all know we're in the great state of Minnesota, so I'm going to populate that. But now I'm not quite sure what city we're in. So I'm going to click the little sparkle, or you can do Control or Alt-I to make it automatically work. And at this point, what AI is doing, it's going out and it's searching for the web to find out more information about Boyer. And let's see what it brings back, because during my practicing, there's been a few times where it's brought back wrong information and it's brought back less than I expected. So let's see if it gives me the information I'm looking for today, and it worked. So here's our address and our city, the phone number, our email, and on this page now, you can see they're in green. They have an I in front of them. You can click on that I, and it will tell you where it got this information. And this came right from our BoyerAssoc.com website. And so now, you know, you can go through and you can verify that this is all the correct information. You could click on that, go to our website and verify it. And then you also have up here, if all this information is correct, you can go and just select all of them, or you could select each one individually by clicking this. It's all up to you. I'm going to save this. And so then that just saved me data entry, saved me looking up the information. It's all right there at our fingertips. Okay, the next thing we're going to take a look at is the Copilot summaries. And I'm going to go start with the sales orders. And I'm going to select the first one. And you've probably seen this. This has been over in production in the last wave. But here's the summary. And with this new release, they've tried to improve the performance of running the summary. They've added more details, links to where the data came from, and the ability to copy it and email it to others. So, and also this is the summary feature is on some of the pages like customers, vendors, GL accounts, fixed assets, bank accounts, cash flow, forecasts, sales orders, and multiple other pages throughout the system. So on here, let's just take a look. The sales order's been released. It has a due date. And a requested delivery date. These are kind of old. Okay, so, and then down here, it shows a balance of 40,000 and plus, and it has a credit limit with a, so there's lots of information about this sales. And then you can click to show more, and that's going to open up our Copilot feature over here. And as you can see, it's re-summarizing it, but it's adding more information. Okay, so here it is. And right here, if you want to know where did they get this information, you know, you can click on these links and it will take you to where this information is, and it will highlight the column that you're looking for. So, and then you can come up to the top and you can click copy. And then you can email it, put it in Teams, or put it in a Word document, in chat, or whatever. It's all copied for you. So let's try this on a customer now. So let's go over to our customers. And let's try the ski house. So now it's doing a summary. They also said that they added where you could use a filter, and the really important part would be like on a GL account card, when you use your balance at date, it was supposed to hold the filter, but when I tested it in my environment, it did not work. So there's might be another release coming or an update before that will be working. All right, so here we see that the customer has an outstanding balance and it's overdue, and that's quite a bit of money. So I'm wondering, can I add a credit memo or a credit limit, I should say? So what I'm going to do is click over here to get my Copilot, and it's going to give me another thing, but I'm going to add down below, how do I add a credit limit to this customer? And let's see what they tell us. This is another great feature to use with this chat. It will go through and it's looking for the information in Business Central's Learn documentation, and it should bring back that if we wanted to do that, we can add it on the customer card. And then you can also configure credit limit warnings on your sales and receivable setup. And that's the exact page we would go to enable that right there. So then you can copy that out and paste that in and go to there and add that. But otherwise, you can add the credit limit into your system up here when you show more. Where to go? It should be on here. Anyways, it should be in this credit, or there it is, credit limit right here. Sorry about that. So you could add the credit limit right here. And then if you go to the sales and receivable, you can set it up to notify you. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is the analyze lists. I'm not sure how many of you have used the analyze lists. We have, it's been around for a while. Whoops. And I don't know how many customers actually see this, but there's this analyze button up here at the top, and it's on quite a few pages in the system. And it's very easy to just click on here, and right away it's going to summarize. This was not supposed to show up. It will pop up this page with a list of all the transactions from that page, but we're going to use the Copilot feature down here because they've added something really neat to this. And I'm going to say summarize sales by quantity and amount by location code. And I'm glad it checks my typing skills. And then we're going to generate. And now it is done. It went ahead and summarized all my sales by location code. But I wanted to see it by location name. But as we know, on the sales lines, all you have is a code. There's another table that holds the names. And Copilot's going to actually do that link for us and bring that name into this view. So let's do this, please. Use location name and not location code. And I can't type with all these people watching. And now you're going to see that it didn't switch. And as you can tell, it's not always going to work. And hopefully it will switch to East Warehouse. And there it goes. So now it's switching to the East Warehouse, the main warehouse, like it should have. So that's, some of the cool features, but you've got to remember sometimes it hiccups. And you can see by checking here for the sales lines, these are all the available fields you can link to, and it's going to link via, whoops, like this one, it's going to link the allocation number to the number. And then here, allocation account, it's going to say description and name. That's what it's going to bring back is the name. So this is kind of a neat little feature. If there's information on that you need to send to someone and you want them to see the name, not a code, that is a really neat feature that now we can link to different tables. The other thing that they've added, that if you put it into a pivot amount, and now you could add like the shipment year, you got to grab that little thing. And so now you can see at the top, we have years, and you got to love my demo data. There's stuff out there with no year. And let's say we want to add the quarter, and we want to see what month of the quarter. So we can add these features into this. And then you have a nice little pivot table with, you got your years and your quarters, and let's slide over. You can see, that there's data in 2021 second quarter April and 2022 first quarter March. So it's not real consistent, but there is some data in my demo. And let's see, what else? I think that was it for demoing. So let's go back to the PowerPoint and wrap it up. So on this page, there's a link in the PowerPoint that will take you to the Microsoft Learn for all the features of Business Central with the new release wave. You can also see once you go to this page, you're going to want to go to that SMB and then go under, and under that, you'll find Dynamics SL, or BC, sorry. Also, I want to point out that if you have ideas for Microsoft to change, you can always go to AKA MS/Business Central ideas and submit your idea for Microsoft to review. Now that process is built around voting, and the more votes you get, the more Microsoft will look at that feature. So let Boyer support know, and we can always go out and get some of our consultants to take a look and vote for you. So we can get that number of votes up for you and help you out to get those new features. But that's it for me today, and I'm going to thank you for everyone attending, and I'm going to pass it back to Katie. Have a great afternoon.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lori. I'm going to put in a couple links in the chat here. Link to that last slide that Lori was just showing you, as well as if you see up above, we've got links to our next two What's New webinars. So we've got our CRM webinar, What's New in all your CRM apps, is coming up tomorrow. And then also next week, we have a What's New in the Power Platform. So you can sign up for either of those through those links. And then I did also want to take just a quick moment to mention, if you're not already on a Boyer support plan, we do have a few different options for you. You know, there's your regular time and materials support. There's an option where you can kind of buy prepaid block of hours at a discount. And then of course we have our Foundation Plus support, where you get to work a little more closely with our support team and those consultants. So that link is in there too. We want to make sure that you guys have everything that you need so that you are ready for the new features coming up in Business Central and all your Microsoft software. And just again, as I mentioned, you will get a recording of this session in your inbox probably tomorrow morning. So thank you guys so much for joining us. We hope you have a great rest of your day, and yay, hope that you are able to enjoy all these new features. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Lori. Great presentation.
It's Katie.
Bye, everyone.